secret hat I use sometimes. It says, make your smile great again. So I wear that when I work on my patients. So when they look horrified or complain, I quietly cut back on the laughing gas and say, you got this. It's not as bad as you think it is.
Meet Dr. Harleen Gruel. She's a board-certified dentist and the owner of Skyline Smiles in Santa Clarita, California. Not only did this doctor publicly brag about causing harm for patients, she also bragged about how she preferred that certain patients didn't come into her office altogether.
It was so much better in my office when the dents stayed home during COVID with their masks on. I wish they still did.
Unlike most people in the country, Dr. Gruel was celebrating a time when everyone was dying by the millions here in the United States because she had to serve less Democratic patients. Dr. Gruel has made it no secret that she is a MAGA supporter, and now she's publicly bragging about harming her patients intentionally. So if I were somebody and I wanted to comment on that or make sure that a business that intentionally harms patients never was allowed to do it again, this is the name of that business, in case you were a patient there and forgot.
That MAGA pediatric dentist that got online and admitted to lowering the anesthesia on her pediatric patients based on their political beliefs should lose her license to practice dentistry in the state of California.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Actually, guys, we are going to see the episode where this woman who is a dentist was just like mocking rebels or the left because she's MAGA and she feel like she have to do that. It's like she didn't go to school. There was no ethic value in their class, and that's what we'll be covering in today's episode. Credit belongs to the original owner of the videos. I will be back with more commentary.
And she said, what? A dentist has a lot of explaining to do today after video surfaced of her saying if she knows a patient is not a Trump supporter, she gives them less anesthesia so they feel more pain. As you can imagine, it's led to quite the uproar. Jim Murray has the latest.
Jimmy Kimmel can joke, but I can't joke? That's not fair.
She's a dentist who joked that she gave Democrats a lesser dose of anesthesia than other patients. And today she finds herself under fire. Dr. Harleen Gruel was speaking at a Republican women's event in Los Angeles.
So I have a secret hat I use sometimes. It says, make your smile great again. So I wear that when I work on my patients. So when they look horrified or complain, I quietly cut back on the laughing gas.
Dr. Gruel made the remarks last year, but the video just surfaced on social media. Reaction has been swift. She must lose her license. Insanity, one guy posted. And this, she's going to need some laughing gas when she realizes it ain't funny no more. Dr. Gruel says people who were never patients are posting negative reviews.
It's really not possible to torture one patient without the others knowing that you're torturing them, okay? My utmost and topmost priority is to make sure that my patients are comfortable and that they love going back to the dentist.
Dr. Gruel has had to hire extra security because she says her patients and staff are being harassed. The backlash has even impacted a dental practice in Chicago with the same name, Skyline Smiles, but they have no connection to Dr. Gruel.
Our staff are receiving emails. We're getting DMs, pretty tough things to see and read and hear. That dentist was definitely not us. She's not my partner. She's not a colleague of ours. We are not affiliated anyway. We've never met.
Meanwhile, Dr. Gruel wants people to know she really was just joking.
Absolutely no room for torturing anyone. That is not what we're about.
The California Dental Association says while they support free speech, Dr. Gruel's comments, even if intended to be a joke, still do not reflect the standards of the dental profession.
Her license is about to get revoked. I'm letting you know right now, and her practice is not going to last around long. Now, I wonder if her patients are going to start pressing charges for assault, because this sounds like assault to me. And I'm wondering other people in the room, they were just laughing. Like, it was so funny. And she admitted to doing this in front of freaking cameras.
Actually, guys, this is insane. I always say something. Why do people mix politics and business? I don't think those two things should be mixed. The reason why I think like that is because, like, you have your own opinion, you have your own choice. Why do you involve it in business? You are working, you are taking care of people, and you just show them like which side you're on, of course people are not going to trust you. You don't need to bring politics in business, in my opinion. That's what I think. And I love how people are dragging her, they are calling her out, because what she's doing, it's not professional. Let's watch, guys.
Well, you know that dentist I was talking about the other day that is MAGA has admittedly said that she plays with the, numbing gas if her customers show some kind of dislike for MAGA Republicans, right? Well, one of my people came into my comments and said, her husband is a neurologist. Huh? That's even scarier. So I did a little bit more digging. Come to find out, he is a neurologist in Valencia. His practice is Valencia. He is a partner in the mind-body infusion company with his wife. And there's a write-up about this couple. Beautiful. In the write-up, Harleen is talking about how their business and personal go hand in hand, and how they share the same views, they have the same goals, and he specializes in strokes. And the flags immediately went off like, that's hypertension, high blood pressure. That's something that impacts our community so much. I wonder if he shares the same views. Listen, I'm not here to ruin nobody's life or to make it hard for anybody. But when I hear about people purposely inflicting pain, that's a kind of racism when you have that kind of power over people and they come to you in their time of need, desperate time of need, and you do something like that. Maybe there should be some investigating into him too. I don't know. What do y'all think? When I'm on the phone with my friends or talking to family, these are the conversations that we have. If you guys want to have a conversation like this live, put live in the comments. For more political gossip, and this is gossip based on facts, okay, about these morons, follow me.
You have to remember that the person she was campaigning for in that video is Charlene Johnson, who's actually now a college board member in the city of Santa Clarita for the College of the Canyons. In case you want to see, she's right there. And here she is again, looking ever so studious, but she's actually a realtor working for SJ Partners in Santa Clarita. So if you're in Santa Clarita or the surrounding areas and thinking about buying a house, you may want to reconsider whether or not you want to do that from a woman who celebrated and took money from a person who actively tried to harm her patients. In this photo, Charlene Johnson is celebrating that she's out campaigning with her son, who I'm not going to show here, but I wonder how she would feel if her son received some of the treatment that Dr. Graywall promised to do to Democrats. Is that what she would celebrate? Is that the kind of person you want to buy a house from? Let's also not forget that Dr. Graywall and her husband, Dr. Graywall, owned Mind Body Infusion, a med spa in Santa Clarita. So if you've ever received an injectable or some other kind of medical treatment there and experienced pain, you might have to wonder whether it was intentional on either one of their parts. Both of them have medical licenses that you can report to the state of California, and I'll put a screen grab at the end. Also, just one more bit of irony. She bragged in 2020 about setting up COVID testing. Remember, she celebrated Democrats not coming to her office during the pandemic because they were protecting themselves from COVID. Meanwhile, she was profiting from the vaccination services. Thank you to everyone who reported Dr. Graywall. This is her husband's identification if you'd like.
MAGA are out here trying to dox people on the left based off of how they mourn a podcaster, but there are literally MAGA Republicans confessing online that they give a different level of anesthesia to their patients based off of their political affiliation and beliefs. Okay, so that makes me want to talk about a very important topic, which is the line between political views and professional care. As a medical provider myself, I firmly believe in separating personal political views from patient care, which was not done by this dentist, okay? When a provider intentionally inflicts pain based off of political differences, it's not just unethical, it's medical malpractice and negligence. And it also crosses into like criminal territory, like battery and assault. This behavior violates the core ethical principles of healthcare, which is non-maleficence, beneficence, autonomy, and justice. Let's remember our duty to provide unbiased, compassionate care for all patients, regardless of political affiliation. If you have not seen this video yet, let me just tell you, your jaw is going to drop. It is disgusting. This person should not be practicing, especially she should not be anywhere near kids. It's astounding that she claims that she is a pediatric dentist. If you were curious about her name, her office name, and where she practices, which is Santa Clarita, California, well, here you are. My bigger question is, how does she still have an active license with the California Board of Dentistry? And do her techs and other dentists that work with her know that this is what she's doing to patients, specifically children? And how do they feel about her shrine over at the office of Donald Trump?
Guys, actually there's something I saw. I really want to read it for you because that's how I feel. So they say like it's disturbing on so many levels. Of course it's disturbing. Dentist, a medical professional, openly bragging about hurting patients because of their political belief. That's not ethical. That is terrifying. That is terrifying. The dentist is position of trust. You are literally unconscious or at least vulnerable. You know, like they give you these things, you don't feel pain, you don't know what they're doing. And while someone has tool in your mouth, it's supposed to be safe space, not political battleground, which I agree with. The fact that someone thought it was funny, it's hard. So how are we gonna trust doctors nowadays? That's what I was saying, guys. People are scared. Like this woman, of course, no one will go unless MAGA, of course, but other people will not go to her because they will not trust her. What if she do something to us? Because I feel like politics and business should be separated. You don't mix those kind of things. You have your own opinion, but you have your own professional. You study for this to treat the same people. They teach you how to treat the people at the same, no matter how they look like, no matter how much money they have. You need to treat the patient the same, with the same care, caring about them, telling them to be positive. But what she did is like opposite. And I'm so sad that many people, like in administration, they're not calling this out. They should be calling this out because this is dangerous. And imagine if there's a doctor like her and they see she's not being punished, they may do the same things. You know, when we are sick, we are really, really sick, we are in the hand of doctor. You would, what if they say like you are rebels, or you are left, or you're black, you're brown, we don't like you? He may do something. He may not take care of you as much as needed, and you may lose your life, you may lose something, you may be, you understand what I mean? I mean, like, especially with doctor, is something really serious. In my eyes, is something really sensitive. People should call this out. Imagine she even have this audacity to say it loud with proudness. Is this the level things are going on? So that's why I'm thinking like this is not something to talk about only. She should be punished, like very, very punished, even to those one who are thinking to do the same or who are doing the same, but we haven't noticed, we haven't known. They should stop because this is people's life. People should be professional. This is about your life. This is insane, guys. This is insane. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. I'm being honest. So actually I have few comments from the people, but I'm so disappointed. This the first comment said, "This is why I always check reviews before I sit on chair." The second one say, "I think you should be checking a review of the doctor. Actually, this is necessary." The second one say, "Honest, she should lose her license. Healthcare isn't political playground." That's why I say she should lose her license. She should be punished, like very punished, because this is serious. This is not the same as you go at the bank and someone refuses to give you service. This is harming people. Doctor is something else. So the third one say, "Imagine getting your wisdom teeth pulled that she's like, oh, you are liberal. Guess we are skipped today. guess we are skip that ethic value in class. Of course she speak it because I don't think she can. Oh, she don't care. The last one said this proves some people should not be in position of power. Yeah, this is dangerous, guys. That's what I think. She should be stopped like very quickly. That's what I think. Don't mix professional your job with politics. Those things doesn't mix. Because when you become a doctor, they don't tell you will only treat MAGA or white or brown or black. You will treat all the people the same, with the same care. Oh my god, guys, I don't know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. I appreciate that. I will see you next one. Bye.